Hello everyone, I'm Lydia, and I have been reading a part series along with the group of 12 that Jesus has called together. I'm a part of that with Mandi and G, and we're reading we're reading the break before part 35, so this is part 1B of Declaration 5. And today is July 5th, 2026, and God's physical calendar is 5/2, His spiritual calendar is 11/2, and God's true Gregorian is 1/20. Okay, and this Declaration 5, the whole thing, was written from September 1st until September 19 of 2024, and that was through Jesus by Mandi as his main vessel. Okay. So this is part 1B. Adam and Eve 4. Adam laments the changed conditions. Adam and Eve enter the cave of treasures, but Adam and Eve wept for having coming out of the garden, their first abode. And indeed, when Adam looked at his flesh that was altered, he wept bitterly, he and Eve, over what they had done, and they walked and went gently down into the cave of treasures. And as they came to it, Adam wept over himself and said to Eve, "Look at this cave that is to be our prison in this world and a place of punishment. What is it compared with the garden? What is its narrowness compared with the space of the other? What is this rock by the side of those groves? What is the gloom of this cavern compared with the light of the garden? What is this overhanging ledge of rock to shelter us compared with the mercy of the Lord that overshadowed us? What is the soil of this cave compared with the garden land, this earth strewed with stones, and that planted with delicious fruit trees?" And Adam said to Eve, "Look at thine eyes and at mine, which afore beheld angels in heaven praising, and they too without ceasing. But now we do not see as we did, our eyes have become of flesh, they cannot see in like manner as they saw before." Adam said again to Eve, "What is our body today compared to what it was in former days, when we dwelt in the garden?" After this, Adam did not like to enter the cave under the overhanging rock, nor would he ever have entered it, but he bowed to God's orders and said to himself, "Unless I enter the cave, I shall again be a transgressor." Adam and Eve 6. God's admonition to Adam and Eve, in which he points out how and why they sinned. But God looked upon them, for they had killed themselves through great grief, but he would raise them and comfort them. He therefore sent his word unto them, for they should stand and be raised forthwith. And the Lord said unto Adam and Eve, "You transgressed of your own free will, until you came out of the garden in which I had placed you. Of your own free will have you transgressed through your desire for divinity, greatness, and an exalted state, such as I have, so that I deprived you of the bright nature in which you then were, and I made you come out of the garden to this land, rough and full of trouble. If only you had not transgressed my commandment, and had kept my law, and had not eaten of the fruit of the tree near which I told you not to come. And there were fruit trees in the garden better than that one. But the wicked Satan, who continued not in his first estate, nor kept his faith, in whom was no good intent towards me, and who, though I had created him, yet set me at naught, and sought the Godhead, so that I hurled him down from heaven. He it is who made the tree appear pleasant in your eyes until you ate of it, by hearkening to him. Thus have you transgressed my commandment, and therefore have I brought upon you all these sorrows. For I am God the Creator, who, when I created my creatures, did not intend to destroy them. But after they had sorely roused my anger, I punish them with grievous plagues until they repent. But if, on the contrary, they still continue hardened in their transgression, they shall be under a curse forever. Adam and Eve 13. The fall of Adam. So we know now Jesus showed how that angry personality is actually the false father. So that is actually the false father. All right, Adam and Eve 13, the fall of Adam. Why, night and day were created. Then when God, who is merciful and full of pity, heard Adam's voice, he said unto him, O Adam, so long as the good angel was obedient to me, a bright light rested on him and on his hosts. But when he transgressed my commandment, I deprived him of that bright nature, and he became dark. And when he was in the heavens in the realms of light, he knew not of darkness. But he transgressed, and I made him fall from heaven upon the earth, and it was this darkness that came upon him. And on thee, O Adam, while in thy garden, and obedient to me, did that bright light rest also. But when I heard of thy transgression, I deprived thee of that bright light. Yet of my mercy I did not turn thee into darkness, but I made thy body of flesh, over which I spread this skin, in order that it may bear cold and heat. If I had let my wrath fall heavily upon thee, I should have destroyed thee, and had I turned thee into darkness, it would have been as if I killed thee. But in my mercy I have made thee as thou art, when thou didst transgress my commandment. O Adam, I drove thee from the garden, and made thee come forth into this land, and commanded thee to dwell in this cave, and darkness came upon thee, as it did upon him who transgressed my commandment. Thus, O Adam, has this night deceived thee. It is not to last forever, but is only of 12 hours. When it is over, daylight will return. Sigh not, therefore neither be moved, and say not in thy heart that this darkness is long and drags on wearily, and say not in thy heart that I plague thee with it. Strengthen thy heart and be not afraid. This darkness is not a punishment. But, O Adam, I have made the day, and have placed the sun in it to give light, in order that thou and thy children should do your work. For I knew thou shouldest sin and transgress and come out into this land. Yet would I not force thee, nor be heard upon thee, nor shut up, nor doom thee through thy fall, nor through thy coming out from light into darkness, nor yet through thy coining from the garden into this land. For I made thee of the light, and I willed to bring out children of the light from thee, and like unto thee. For thou didst not keep one day my commandment, until I had finished the creation and blessed everything in it. Then I commanded thee concerning the tree, that thou eat not thereof. Yet I knew that Satan, who deceived himself, would also deceive thee. So I made known to thee by means of the tree, not to come near him, and I told thee not to eat of the fruit thereof, nor to taste of it, nor yet to sit under it, nor to yield to it. Had I not been and spoken to thee, O Adam, concerning the tree, and had I left thee without a commandment, and thou hast sinned, it would have been an offense on my part, for not having given thee any order. Thou wouldst turn round and blame me for it, but I commanded thee and warned thee, and thou didst fall, so that my creatures cannot blame me, but the blame rests on them alone. And, O Adam, I have made the day for thee, and for thy children after thee, for them to work and toil therein. And I have made the night for them to rest in it from their work, and for the beasts of the field to go forth by night and seek their food. But little of darkness now remains, O Adam, and daylight will soon appear. Adam and Eve 23. Adam in a chivalrous mood. Then Adam said to God, I wither in the heat, I am faint from walking, and am loath of this world, and I know not when thou wilt bring me out of it to rest. Then the Lord God said unto him, O Adam, it cannot be at present, not until thou hast ended thy days. Then shall I bring thee out of this wretched land. And Adam said to God, While I was in the garden, I knew neither heat nor languor, neither moving about, nor trembling, nor fear. But now since I came to this land, all this affliction has come upon me. Then said God to Adam, So long as thou wast keeping my commandment, my light and my grace rested on thee. But when thou didst transgress my commandment, sorrow and misery befell thee in this land. And Adam wept and said, O Lord, do not cut me off for this, neither smite me with heavy plagues, nor yet repay me according to my sin. nor yet repay me according to my sin, for we of our own will did transgress thy commandment, and forsook thy law, and sought to become gods like unto thee, when Satan the enemy deceived us. Then God said again unto Adam, because thou hast borne fear and trembling in this land, languor and suffering, treading and walking about, going upon this mountain and dying from it, I will take all this upon myself in order to save thee. Aww. Adam and Eve 11, a recollection of the glorious days in the garden. Then Adam and Eve felt themselves burning with thirst and heat and sorrow, and Adam said to Eve, we shall not drink of this water, even if we were to die, O Eve. When this water comes into our inner parts, it will increase our punishments and that of our children that shall come after us. Both Adam and Eve then withdrew from the water and drank none of it at all, but came and entered the cave of treasures. And when in it Adam could not see Eve, he only heard the noise she made. Neither could she see Adam, but heard the noise he made. Then Adam wept in deep affliction, and smote upon his breast. And he arose and said to Eve, where art thou? And she said unto him, lo, I am standing in this darkness. He then said to her, remember the bright nature in which we lived while we abode in the garden. O Eve, remember the glory that rested on us in the garden. O Eve, remember the trees that overshadowed us in the garden while we moved among them. O Eve, remember that while we were in the garden, we knew neither night nor day. Think of the tree of life from below which flowed the water, and that shed luster upon us. Remember, O Eve, the garden land and the brightness thereof. Think of that garden in which was no darkness, while we dwelt therein. Whereas no sooner did we come into this cave of treasures than darkness compassed us round about until we can no longer see each other, and all the pleasure of this life has come to an end. Stick around for Declaration Part 5, Part 1C. Wow, that's such an emotional part with all the parts from the garden. Wow. Or when they left the garden. Alright, I love you all, and I will see you tomorrow for Part 1C of Declaration 5. God bless you, and please remember to pray about this and talk to Jesus about what you're hearing here. And I will see you. And also check out Mandi's page. It's at Seek Heavenly Things. And I have all the others listed in my description, at least on YouTube. I don't always put it on TikTok, but if you go to YouTube under the same username, you will find I'm on TikTok and YouTube, and I put the written form only on YouTube in the community post section, and we all post it in our community post section. And then the videos are on both TikTok and YouTube, so you can find them there under the same name. And then you'll find the other people in the group on my YouTube description section for the video, and as well on some of my videos on TikTok. Alright, I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye. God bless.